to George Sells, live down at the Belvedere, who's been on patrol down there for about 3 or 4 hours, waiting for Rick Pitino to make the march into town. George?
Well, Gary, it's about an hour and a half late. The folks out here don't know yet, but we're told Rick Pitino is on the grounds of the Belvedere here. You can take a look around now, and folks are kind of waiting. They've been listening to the music. There's a Georgia State Trooper up on the stage there, so that's got people excited somewhat. We're still waiting, but we're told he's coming up onto the Belvedere now. The crowd is still waiting. They've been very patient. Here's what we know as far as why Coach Pitino is late. We're told by police there was some kind of a bomb. We're told there was some kind of a problem at getting him in here. They were having some difficulties, and they've been waiting to get him over the bridge and get him here. They finally have gotten him here, it appears, and now folks are waiting patiently as the music plays, and we're waiting patiently as well for Coach Pitino. It's interesting the comments you hear in the crowd when folks are waiting very long for something that they think is going to be on time. We've had some folks say, well, Denny Crum wouldn't have been late. Those are the U of L fans, of course, who said that. And we've had a number of other things. In fact, one guy told me that Indiana was trying to hold the Olympics hostage and that the games would be in New Albany this year. That was got a bit of a chuckle from just about everybody who heard that one. So now you can see a lot of people looking around and kind of waiting and wondering what's going on as far as when the coach is going to be here. A lot of the little ones who were out here earlier have cleared out with their parents. Kind of a disappointment for them not being able to see the coach when they were so excited about it. Yeah, but we're also seeing a lot of youngsters out here. They're yawning a little bit, but they're waiting very patiently. Were you saying something, Gary? Guess you weren't. I'm sorry.
George?
Yeah, go ahead.
George, I think, you know, everyone says this is the event of a lifetime. I think it's because people have to wait out there a lifetime to get to see this thing come across the bridge.
Yeah, that's starting to seem like the truth. A lot of folks, you know, there's been some impatience, but I'll tell you what, you got a crowd out here of a couple of thousand people, and they have been very patient. You have not heard a lot of angry voices, a lot of things like that. People have been, for the most part, in a pretty good humor. They've been sitting back and enjoying the music, taking it all in. Of course,
you'll probably want to get away somewhere, not just to play golf, but just to sack out for a while.
Yeah, you know, he may be suffering a little jet lag because he had a trip to where, Ireland?
Went to Ireland with the alumni.
Yes, he was, and of course the decision he had to make in Ireland, I sort of detracted, I imagine, from his golf game, which he is very deprecating about. He says he has a terrible golf game, but I think it probably took away from his ability to enjoy his trip. But as I said, and as you noticed, he's upbeat, but he's a tired fellow.
Well, Dave, I'm like you. I'm sure after tonight the coach will probably go for a little R&R and get out of the scene and kind of enjoy the family and relax a while.
It's been a wild couple of months for him, and he admitted it when I was talking to him. Now it's been an hour and a half ago. But in fact, when I found him, he was on Jefferson Street, 3 blocks from where we are now, and there were probably a dozen people standing around him, and that was it, because no one here knew where he was.
Yeah, what was his original, I can't even remember at this point, what was the original time he was supposed to get to the Belvedere? Was that 11? What was his original time to get down?
He was supposed to take the torch at 10:43 and actually be on the Belvedere by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so he's about an hour and 20 minutes behind schedule. Then.
Well, he's behind schedule, but that's because the other folks were behind schedule getting it to him. And the delay was over on the Indiana side. Perhaps the Hoosiers didn't want Pitino to get over here in prime time.
Well, you know, normally they use the motorcycles to try to keep the torch on time. I guess that wasn't the beat tonight, or at least they couldn't get up enough speed on the bikes to pull it out. I hear some cheering.
Here come the cheers. You should be seeing Coach Pitino coming to view any moment now, because I do hear the cheers, so just keep your eye right there in our picture. You should see the coach coming around the corner. This is where you see those police officers.
I see the candles.
All right, here. This is the head of the relay. Wait just a moment, and you will see Coach Pitino with a torch. Fans waving. They see the coach.
Obviously getting some applause there as well.
Yeah. People are just probably glad to finally see him after this long wait.
And that is a fanfare behind me. And now the cheers are getting more.
There they go.
And people are, here he comes. Wait, you should see him any moment. The crowd is cheering.
I'm curious, is that state troopers from Georgia or Kentucky leading the way there? I know the Georgia troopers.
Here comes the torch. Here it comes. It should be in just a matter of seconds. He should be here. And there he is, Coach Rick Pitino. There is Coach Pitino, surrounded by some cyclists, state police, local police officers, the entire entourage. He's now stopped. The crowd cheering, waving. Here's Coach Pitino making his way around our wave truck here. And going around the back in a moment, he will make his appearance on the stage here at the Belvedere for the lighting of the cauldron.
There we see a couple of reporters.
Have we lost him again? What happened to him?
Well, we're looking at a couple of our reporters. Here comes Rick right now.
The coach is coming up the steps, and both Bob and some of our production staff trying to move out of the way, I guess, so he can make it up the platform.
Have a nice shot there of Mr. Robert Allen. If Bob could please move to the left.
He's right here.
Yes, he's right there.
He's right on top of our wave truck. Here he is.
Okay, he's on
All
top
right.
of our Wave 3
It's a great
truck.
honor and a great treat.
Tell us what it's like for you to be participating in an event like this.
Well, the Olympics is special, and certainly coming through Kentucky is an added dimension.
It's been a long run for you.
It has. It started a long time ago, and the people here have just been great.
What do you think of all these fans and this reception? They love you in Kentucky.
Well, it just makes me realize how special a place it really is.
And they're glad that you stayed as opposed to going to the Jersey Nets.
And I'm glad I stayed also.
You're going back home. You're going to be here. Kentucky's your home.
No question about it. Home is where the heart is.
Tell us a little bit about your feeling with this torch and proud to be a part of the Olympics.
No doubt about it. And it's extra special because the Olympics is here in our country.
Well, welcome and thanks for coming up to talk to us.
Thank you.
And we've been waiting, so this is a great treat for you to come up and talk to us on top of our truck.
Thank you.
Right,
That's
there you
great.
have it. Yeah, Coach Rick Pitino and an exclusive interview there with Bob Allen on top of the Wave 3 live truck there.
They just came right through and walked right up on top of the live truck.
What a momentous occasion at the Belvedere tonight.
Coach Rick Pitino came up and talked to us, and what a great moment for the state of Kentucky, for Louisville. And now he's going to go up to the cauldron. Just thousands of adoring fans. It was worth every minute of the wait.
And it's been a long wait and well worth it.
You can see the crowd now just admiring, and everybody would like to touch him and shake his hand, get his autograph, but that won't happen. But
No, we'll be here all
This
night.
close.
Yeah, the coach could be tied up for several hours in that crowd signing autographs for sure. He's apparently going to make his way over to
Okay, Coach Pitino is now making his way
platform.
around our live truck. He's going up to the stage. Working his way through all of his adoring fans. And as Dave Nakdeman said, these are some crazy basketball fans, and why not? They won the national championship. It's a great program and a great coach.
Coach Rick Pitino being led over to the platform to light the cauldron. The 1996 Olympic torch relay.
Now, the torch will also spend the night here. That's what they call. Will be put to bed, and then it gets up bright and early in the morning and makes its way, after some ceremonies here, makes its way towards Cincinnati. Right, Alan?
It's true. And it's going to be a busy day tomorrow for folks here in Wave Country as well. And there you have it. Lighting of the cauldron here in Louisville.
You can see all those cameras flashing all at once. It's great.
Karen, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Bob.
Some moments just need no explanation. Is that true or what?
That is true. The picture is worth 1,000 words.
Exactly.
And a lot of folks are going to have a lot of pictures after this night.
You can bet on that, Alan. What a night. What a night. We waited for hours. They said he would be here at 10:45. That never happened. They said 11:08. That never happened. Right now, it's about 12:30. He finally showed up.
Good evening once again.
And let's tune in now to see what they have to say up on the podium.
I know you forgot who I am in the last hour and a half, but my name is Rennie Truitt. I'm with the Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games. And we are very pleased to be here this evening with the 1996 Olympic torch relay. We're going to ask the mayor and the judge if they'll declare June 6th torch relay day too, since we've gone over into June 6th. But nonetheless, it is a great day to be here in Louisville. Those of us gathered here today are witnesses to history, to a tradition that reaches back to the vaults of antiquity, to the sacred fields of ancient Olympia, where Greece gave birth to a dream of sport that has become the dream of all mankind. For more than 1,200 years, for more than a millennium, for more than the length of this evening's program, the Greeks held the Olympic Games in the highest esteem, stopping wars and spreading peace. It is to Greece and to Olympia that we bow in honor today as we make our way to Atlanta's Olympic Games, paying tribute to the greatness of the gift they have given the world and acknowledging their gift and the majesty of this flame which was rekindled in the modern world only 100 short years ago and has come once again to the United States and to Louisville on its way to Atlanta. Today, it is our honor, it is our sacred trust to stand in the chain of humanity and reach out and embrace the spirit of the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games, to hold that spirit high and pass it along as so many have before us, from generation to generation.
Well, we're having some audio problems right now. We're going to take some time out and be right back.
But the totally was exciting.
It was very
just
exciting.
to have Rick come up on the live track.
Sure was.
It is the kindling of our greatest strength, our volunteer spirit. Behold the flame. This is the light of hope. For this is the pure symbol of the Olympic ideal. The radiance of friendships formed on the field of play. A beacon of justice and equality. The enlightenment of one citizen giving selflessly to another. The dream of one world united in peace. As we stand here together at this moment in time, we join in the history of the 1996 Centennial Olympic Games. We join the global movement of men, women, and children who dream that our future will be a future filled with peace. The peace that fuels the flame we have the honor of lifting before the world today. May we always remember the power and the glory of this moment and the light that has brought into our lives. Thank you very much.
We just heard from Rennie Truitt. He is the man, by the way, who selected Louisville, who put Louisville on the torch route. As you know, the route started in L.A. and it's going to travel 15,000 miles from L.A. to Atlanta. He is the man who put us on the map and made it possible for this all to happen. I just wanted you to know that. And now he just introduced Coach Pitino. And when Coach Pitino steps up to the podium, we'll take a little bit of time to hear what he has to say. And that's coming up shortly. So, and as you hear, here he goes. Coach Pitino working his way up to the podium. He's going to speak, and let's hear what he has to say.
We're sorry for the delay, but the players are a lot faster than I am. This is an exciting night for all of us here, and it's special because the Olympics are taking part in our country. Certainly, we're very, very proud of that, but we're equally as proud is that it's passing through what we think is the greatest state in America, Kentucky. Thank all of you for waiting so patiently, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
Bob.
A very brief speech, Karen,
Yes.
from the coach, who I would imagine, as Dave Nakdeman said, is very tired. Just came back from a trip from Ireland. He's in the torch run, and looks like the crowd is breaking up, and here come the fireworks.
Looks like the people came to see exactly what they wanted to see. That was Coach Rick Pitino, and they're leaving very happy. It's well worth the wait.
And that's going to pretty much wrap the ceremonies up for tonight. Of course, we're going to be back with more in just a few minutes.
Stay with us.
On the next Ricky Lake,
She's doing everything she can to break us up.
there may be another woman,
She's always in the middle.
but it's not who you think.
Why would you want to break up your brother's marriage? They don't need to be together.
Is your sister-in-law meddling in your marriage?
That's what she does best, butt in.
And you want her to butt out.
I just want to tell her, just leave us alone.
Will a relative ruin your relationship?
Is your sister fixing you up with other ladies?
I don't think they should be together.
On the next Ricky Lake.
Thursday after.
And have we lost him again? What happened to him? He's right here. He's right on top of our wave truck. Here he is.
Coach, welcome to Louisville.
Thank you. This is a great honor and a great treat.
Tell us what it's like for you to be participating in an event like this.
Well, the Olympics is special, and certainly coming through Kentucky is an added dimension.
It's been a long run for you.
It has. It started a long time ago, and the people here have just been great.
What do you think of all these fans and this reception? They love you in Kentucky.
Well, it just makes me realize how special a place it really is.
And they're glad that you stayed as opposed to going to the Jersey Nets.
And I'm glad I stayed also.
Going back home, you're going to be here. Kentucky's your home.
No question about it. Home is where the heart is.
Tell us a little bit about your feeling with this torch and proud to be a part of the Olympics.
No doubt about it. And it's extra special because the Olympics is here in our country.
Well, welcome and thanks for coming up to talk to us.
Thank you.
And we've been waiting, so this is a great treat for you to come up and talk to us on top of our truck.
Thank you.
See some of the great sights from last night. A very big shocker that Rick Pitino, as soon as he crossed the bridge, would get over there. He actually got up on top of a Wave 3 News live truck.
That's right. Yeah, you have to go up a ladder to get on top of the truck up there. But I think what it was, he really wanted to say hello to everybody out there in the crowd, and that's a good place to do it from up on top of the truck.
Absolutely, that's great. And he was looking down at all his fans that just really think he's something special, and so do we. We want to talk a little bit about the weather, find out what kind of a morning it's going to be for the rest of the torch run.
Right, we've been anticipating some rain coming our way, and it's actually been over in southern Indiana just about all morning long. This is a live look at the radar, and you can see we're seeing some showers now beginning to enter southwestern Jefferson County, so it's beginning to make its way across the river, and of course through Floyd County and Clark County. Now, what we're going to be watching over the next few hours here is as the run is going along the river, along River Road, there's a chance some showers will start making their way across the river. So they're going to be very close to that rainfall over the next couple of hours. We've been lucky so far. It's been holding off. And over in parts of Indiana. Most of that rain, by the way, is moving to the northeast. It has been most of the morning, so it's going with the river. So we've been very lucky here in the downtown area so far, and it looks like we may actually get the torch out to River Road before we start to see any rain that may be actually involved in the torch run for this morning. And we understand that the torch holds up very well in the rain. It was tested, and so it does not go out just because some rain hits it. They actually tested it in the shower, and it holds up under a heavy rainfall, so it should be fine.
You know, when it goes down River Road, it's going to run right by my house. And I was planning on going out there and seeing that, but obviously I can't now because I'm here. But I have a couple of dogs that I think
they'll get a chance
may
to see
wander
it, right?
out in the yard. They may bark, and you may be able to hear them as the torch runs by.
Well, we'll need to check, too, with Craig Hoffman, see what's going on from up above.
Hi, Craig.
And good morning, Karen and Craig Edwards. Good to see you back from Churchill Downs. We are hovering over Grinstead and Lexington Drive right now, and we can see our live truck down there, and I believe Jim Mayer's down there. Jim, the torch, I would guess to say, is about a half mile from you. It's coming right now right next to the golf course, and it is about a block and a half away from Grinstead. There's a good crowd lining the streets here, and it's just a beautiful morning, at least from this vantage point. It's just the rain is staying away. Craig Edwards, John Belsky, and Tom Wills doing a very good job. But again, we are hovering over Grinstead and Lexington, and you can start to see some of the motorcade making its way down alternate 60 right through the trees there. This is the same problem we had a few years ago when we were over in Eastern Parkway. That a lot of the trees covered it up. But Karen and Craig, it should be at Lexington and Grinstead, I would say, in about 7 or 8 minutes. So when it gets clear out of the trees, you can come back to us. Now let's go back to you on the ground.
All right, thanks a lot. And that's where Jim Mayer is, by the way, at Grinstead and Lexington Road. And we're going to toss to him in just a second as the torch approaches. I think he's ready now.
There he is.
Hi, Jim.
Good morning. It looks like the torch is getting closer to our area. If you look down the street here, you can see the van where they're dropping off the torch bearers. They drop them one by one in front of the torch so that they can hand off from one to another. We're told that there will be a torch exchange right here at the corner of Lexington and Grinstead. They'll swap the torches. There are a lot of people who have come out here. An entire school class has come out here. This is Kate Magruder, and you are a teacher where?
Barrett Traditional Middle School.
Okay, tell me about all the students who are here. Why are they here?
Well, we're here today to witness what we think is a very big part of history that's being made, and we're really excited about this. For many of us, this is as close as we will get to the Olympic Games. So it's just really, interesting to just be a part of this and witness it.
Now, is the whole school out here?
No, just Team 4, grade level 7 is the only team that's here. And we're here because we're doing a patriotic unit, and this is our second year. And because we're patriots and we have been doing many services, we feel, from our school to be supportive of our country, our community, and our school, we were invited to come to this event today.
You're a teacher. What would you like all these students to learn from this?
Oh, what being patriotic means, what it means to just support your community, not only your community, but events like this, our country as a whole.
I think this does a good job of that.
Oh, I think yes, wonderful. It really does. Words can't explain it. I think this is exactly what they need.
Okay, well, let me ask all these students, are you looking forward to the torch coming through? Yeah. All right, there you have it, 7th grade students from Barrett Traditional Middle School. We are at the corner of Grinstead and Lexington waiting for the torch to come through. The bus that drops off torch bearers just came through, so we're expecting it any moment now, and we'll check back with you then. Karen?
Okay, as soon as you see it, let us know. We'll go right back to you.
We'll let you know.
Okay, thanks, Jim. We want to show you the route now, I believe, some tentative scheduling here. At I-71 at the Holiday Inn, the torch is expected to arrive at 10:04. At 5 minutes after the hour, it's supposed to be at River Road. Also, it's supposed to hit the Oldham County line at 10:37, the City of Goshen at 10:49, and it's supposed to be at St. Francis School at 10:52. Now, once again, these are tentative times. As we told you earlier, the flame is running about 15 minutes behind schedule.
So maybe they'll pick up a little bit of time, maybe they won't. So be ready to be flexible with the schedule. That's what we're trying to do here
I guess
at the
it all
station.
depends if the torch bearers are runners or walkers. Really.
That's true, and some of them are walking, and if you're not really in shape to carry that torch, sometimes you have to slow down a little bit. Pat Day slowed down a little bit when we were out at the track too, as he was on the track out at Churchill Downs. We were asking him if it was, if it felt strange being out there on the track without a horse under him, and he said yes. As a matter of fact, right now we want to show you the Jim's there, and I think the torch is getting nearby. Jim.
The torch is getting very close. The motorhome you can see coming down the street, I believe that is the camera truck to get a good view for camera crews here in town and for the Olympic Committee to see people. I see, it looks like the city of Louisville, the police bicycle team. People are pulling out into the street now to be able to see the torchbearer as she comes through. And she's just coming into sight right now. The students behind me are getting excited. They're lining the curb, pressing a little forward, a little further forward, a little further forward. We may want to back out into the street here just a little bit so we can see a little bit more. They're the students from Barrett Traditional Middle School, the 7th graders. They were asked by the Olympic Committee to come out here and cheer the torch on. They're doing a unit on patriotism, and they figured that there was nothing they could do more patriotic than come out and watch the Olympic flame as it passes. The torch bearer that will be coming through at this point, her name is Carolyn Hensley. She's 36 years old. She is a non-traditional student. She just graduated from the University of Louisville with a Bachelor of Arts in Music and Creative Writing. Running comes natural for her. She is a runner. She has run in the Boston Marathon, and she wrote an essay to be selected as a community hero to be able to carry the torch. I'm told by her sister, who came by a little bit earlier, that she does a lot of public service work, music-wise, accompanying people, playing at churches, and that sort of thing. She is coming up here, coming up to the intersection of Lexington and Grinstead, where there will be another torch exchange. A big cheer going up here from the students at Barrett Traditional Middle School. Easy to see the joy on her face as she walks through. Now following after her is a large caravan, several dozen vehicles. The motorhome you see right in front of us, I believe, is the one where they keep the actual mother flame, so that if anything happens to the torch en route, for example, it looks like rain. If it were to rain hard and the torch were to go out, they would be able to relight it and the flame would not be extinguished. They are now turning right onto Lexington as they head through Louisville and on the way out of town. And that is the story here from the corner of Lexington and Grinstead. And we'll check back in. We're going to move our truck and check in again with you from River Road. Karen?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Now we want to put up a hotline number for you if you have any questions about the torch and its path. You can dial 1-800-227-2643. And of course, Wave 3 is your home for the Summer Olympics. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is Milton Metz with some healthy advice for everyone who receives Medicare.
Know yourself. Know what you can do and go ahead and do it, because every day is a new day.
Today I'd like you to think about the Humana Gold Plus plan, a plan made just for people with Medicare.
I believe every person has something to give. Shakespeare said, there's nothing good nor bad, only thinking makes it so.
The plan provides all the benefits of Medicare Plus: coverage for preventive checkups, dental exams and hearing tests, reduced rates on eyeglasses and hearing aids, an unlimited number of doctor visits, and no Medicare deductibles. With the Humana Gold Plus plan, it's all yours with fewer out-of-pocket costs than most supplemental plans.
And so you go on through your life, and you think good thoughts, and you're going to live good thoughts.
Call 1-800-552-3008 for this free informative booklet, The Real Story on Healthcare, the Humana Gold Plus plan.
It's the biggest furniture sale ever! Going on now at all Furniture Liquidators Home Centers. Everything's on sale. Save up to 68% on complete dining rooms, rockers, recliners, sofas, and more. Plus, it's the biggest Certa sale ever with no payments for 6 months, interest-free on all Perfect Sleeper sets. So get a jump on savings at the biggest furniture sale ever!
If I hadn't seen it for myself, I would still be skeptical, but I did. Hundreds of people who couldn't wait to call again because their psychics made their lives better.
It was wonderful. It was excellent. It was great. It was wonderful. The best. It was absolutely great. It was excellent. I'm shocked.
It was amazing.
Do you think you'll call again?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
It's true. People get great advice from their psychics.
Call 1-800-362-5792.
My name is Crawford, Tom Crawford. With the laws today becoming more and more complicated, especially in the area of personal injuries, you need someone to represent you who has plenty of experience. For more than 25 years, I've successfully represented people just like you, handling thousands of complicated legal issues, involving more than 200 cases that went to trial. When you hire me, I'll work with you personally. You will not be turned over to a less experienced junior attorney. And until we collect, you owe me absolutely nothing.
Welcome back to Wave 3 News as we continue our special Olympic coverage.
Looks like it's going to be a fun morning. We're still watching for some rain that may be making its way across the river in a little while, and radar right now beginning to show some of it creeping into Oldham County. That's not good news because that's sort of the route that we're going to be taking after we get down next to the river. Certainly where the track will go along River Road through Jefferson County and into Oldham County. So there may be some showers waiting for the torch bearers as they're beginning to make their way through the eastern sections of Jefferson County, making their way on up to Cincinnati as the afternoon progresses. And once again, today at noon, we're going to join up with the torch in Bedford, Kentucky yeah. And we'll present the midday news from there and give you an update on everything that's taking place. And of course, we'll recap everything that's taking place this morning. It's been an exciting morning around Louisville with the torch coming through.
Tom Wills said possibly a chance of rain throughout the midday news game.
I think he's anticipating rain in Bedford, so it looks like they may see some showers in that area, but we'll be there, and everybody may be holding umbrellas, but we will be there.
All right. We have a map that we would like to show you of the route that the torch is taking. Here we go. As it left Louisville, as you see, it went to Churchill Downs, then over to Cherokee Park. Well, now, where is it exactly, Craig?
It's over beginning to pass through the other side of Cherokee Park. Yeah, we're going to be going up Grinstead, and then they're going to go up to meet up with Lexington, go past the seminary, and down to Frankfort.
It's actually right now it has just passed over 64, so you can see it has a little zigzag, then it's going to go to Zorn. Then River Road over by the water tower, Zorn at the water tower, then up River Road, by my house, and then on to Cincinnati.
That's right. Right now, they're just approaching that zigzag, so that's where the torch is right now. It's going to take a little while, too, because that's a relatively long trek through there, and it's uphill. So if you've been through that area, it's not going to be an easy way up the hills right around the seminary and then making its way back around toward Frankfort. So.
But once it gets to River Road, it's going to be a very scenic run. Definitely.
And then when they get on Zorn, actually, they'll be going back downhill to get down to River Road. So whoever gets to carry it down through there, actually, getting a good chance to take a break and kind of coast all the way down to the river.
Let's go now to Wave 3's Bob Allen, who is standing by live with more on the torch. Bob, where are you?
Well, Karen, I'm on the corner of Reservoir Avenue and Brownsboro Road, and skies are a little threatening right now. We just saw a couple of drops of rain, and we got some folks here with umbrellas. They sort of have one eye on the sky and another on the end of this road, which the procession, I'm told, will be coming down here in about 10 minutes. In the meantime, folks are here, and we're just having a good time and sort of hanging out and drinking some Coca-Cola and waiting for the procession to come. Like we said, at least 10 minutes. It should be here in about 10 minutes. And the longer we wait, the more threatening the skies are becoming. And we're wondering, a lot of people here are wondering if we're going to make it before the procession, or are they going to have to run for cover, get their umbrellas, their raincoats, or whatever before the procession gets here. We are waiting patiently, and in the meantime, everyone's just having a good time, and a lot of kids here today. Some aren't in school, and they're anxiously awaiting the procession to see the torch. It's just a special moment for people because many of them will not make it to the Olympics, and this will give them a taste of what it's like to see the torch. And they can say when they see that torch finally arriving in Atlanta on July 19th, they can say, we saw it right here in Louisville, Kentucky. So folks are just here waiting. Some folks have their video cameras, but one thing is for certain, a whole lot of people here have their umbrellas and raincoats, and like I said before, we just felt a couple of drops, and hopefully this whole thing's going to hold off. So, Karen, we'll just see.
Okay, hey, Bob, what was your reaction last night to Coach Rick Pitino coming up on top of the live truck?
Could you repeat that question, Karen?
What was your reaction to Coach Rick Pitino last night as he brought the torch across the bridge? That was totally unexpected, and you were right up there with him.
It was all pretty amazing. He just sort of came and climbed up, and I just said, well, he's walking towards the truck. No, first I said, he's looking at us. Then he's walking towards the truck. He's climbing up the truck. Oh, now he's here. Let's talk to him. So it was very exciting, and I really enjoyed it. And it was just a thrill that I'll never forget, having talked to the coach. Already talked to some players before, so this is all a first for me. I talked to some UK players on the national championship team, and now I can say that I've talked to the coach as well.
Even
so
while
it was very exciting.
Yeah, even while he was holding the torch there, Bob. And I know that on the top of the live truck, there's not a lot of room. You guys were really crowded in there, weren't you? Can you hear us?
I really can't hear what you're saying.
Okay. Well,
You're saying it was crowded.
Yeah. It was a crowded night up there on top of the live truck. But anyway, we had a terrific time last night bringing all the coverage of Rick Pitino carrying the torch.
Yes, it was crowded. We saw the back, I think, of Bob Allen's neck for about 15 seconds before we could maneuver the camera around to get the coach. But it was well worth the wait. You know, one of the things I'm thinking about now, because Wave 3 News has a brand new helicopter, and when we hear about the rain and so forth out there, and we've been going up to Skycam Air 3 with Craig Hoffman, and you know, you kind of wonder if that's is that a threat at this point?
Well, the weather is beginning to move in. I understand the rain has started in many areas over where we were watching the torch come in. So, and that is something the pilot keeps a close eye on when he's flying through up there. So, over the next few hours, as we're keeping an eye on the torch making its way up there, that's one of the things the pilot's going to be keeping his eye on, is the weather as it's moving in. Still looks like we'll see some rain moving on into the area for this afternoon too.
All right. You are looking, well, actually, we have the shot up. Craig?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Karen?
Okay, how are you up there?
We're fine, yeah. I want to tell Craig Edwards he did pretty good up till about 20 minutes ago, and we started feeling some raindrops up here about 600 feet. But the torch, as you can see on Air 3 live this morning on Wave 3 News, the torch is passing by the seminary right now on Lexington Road. And it's, as Bob Allen and Jim Mayer mentioned earlier, it's about 15 minutes behind schedule. It'll continue by the Theological Seminary, and some of the torch runners right now in this particular stretch, you have David Wilkins, Samuel West, Chris Gonzale, and Norman Ballot, and then, of course, a little bit later on, Kelly Bergini talked about a bit earlier. We are high up above here in Air 3, and downtown Louisville from this vantage point, it looks like it's raining over there, and across the river in southern Indiana looks pretty bad, but we're high above here.
All right.
Yeah, you can see the rain as it's moving through the downtown area, and it's approaching the area where the torch is right now.
And that may have something to do with his signal breaking up, so we apologize for that. Okay, now we're going to go back to Reservoir with Kelly Burkini, who I believe is ready. Kelly?
Hi, guys. Yeah, we've moved locations. I tell you, every location along the torch route is special in its own way, saluting our community heroes. But this may be the biggest celebration of the whole route, at least its route through Louisville. We are along the reservoir with about 700 school children. Hey, a day doesn't get any better than that, especially for the teachers. They are, everybody is really excited about this. This is a group from Chenoweth Elementary School. They're teachers, parents, and students, and they're here for a very special reason. The kids are here to say one great big thank you to their former teacher, Peggy Lee. We profiled Peggy earlier this morning in our news coverage. She was a teacher at the school for 29 years, touched a lot of lives in that way. I just got finished talking with a former first grader who said that Ms. Lee was his first grade teacher, that she was firm, but she was supportive, and that he loves her very much, and now he gets a chance to say thank you. She is a woman who is battling cancer, and she is battling it very valiantly, and in one way to run with the Olympic flame today. So we are going to enjoy a big party and a big thank you to her, along with her students and her friends that have gathered here in Crescent Hill.
That has to make her feel absolutely great.
Got to. She said earlier that she's really looking forward to this run. She said she doesn't really know what to expect from it. Well, I can guarantee you that if she is like all the others that we've talked to following their run, it will be a truly special experience. One that's real tough to describe, people tell me, but hers, I'm sure, will be unforgettable. There's about 700 kids that are going to make sure of that.
All right. Kelly Burkeen reporting live. Thank you, Kelly. You know, it really is neat, and it does touch a lot of people. It's I guess one thing to be here showing you, but it's as Kelly said, it's totally a different feeling if you're actually the one that gets to carry the torch.
There's a lot of electricity that comes from just being around it. I can say that from being close to the guys out there this morning, and it's just total excitement. Total excitement.
What did you feel when you were at Churchill Downs this morning?
It was, I had cold chills while I was there. I mean, it was just so remarkable. First of all, they're playing the trumpet as the torch is being carried in. Pat Day, of course, carrying the trumpet. And Churchill Downs means so much to Pat Day, and he's done so many great things there, as well as winning the Kentucky Derby. And just after he had handed off the torch, he was saying that this thrill is right up there. I mean, it's right along the same thing, because it's one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, and he was thrilled. And honestly, we had a quartet that sang My Old Kentucky Home this morning, and they were great, and it just put cold chills all the way through you. It was great.
Goosebumps.
Had goosebumps this morning.
We're going to be back in just a moment. Stay with us.
The Fresh Maker.
Trust your natural instincts. They'll lead you to new Tampax Naturals tampons, the only leading tampon or pad made from 100% cotton. Nothing else absorbs more naturally or protects more comfortably. New 100% cotton Tampax Naturals tampons.
Ah, the fresh autumn air. Where are those darn flashlights?
Ow! Dependable Duracell batteries. Nothing lasts longer.
Hey, where's mine?
The Copper Top. No battery is stronger, longer. You may never need an attorney, but if you do, call Ben Cohen's Law Office. First offense, drunk driving cases, juvenile and non-support cases, bad check and warrant cases, 100. Ben Cohen, 587-1950.
Buying or selling a home is a big event. That's why you need a professional realtor. From knowledge of your needs to marketing and closing expertise, count on a realtor for the personal service you deserve, all in one package.
How do you like your thrills? Vertical or horizontal? Straight or somewhat twisted? Wet or wetter? Soaked or hung out to dry?
To our Special Olympic coverage as we're going right now to toss to Eldora Jackson, where I believe a torch is coming by right now. Eldora?
Yeah, that's right, Karen. It is not too far away. We can hear a lot of people screaming and so forth. I can't really see how far away it is. We've got a whole lot of people out here. It's starting to rain a little bit, but that's not going to dampen the spirits of all these people who are out here to see the torch run. You can see some of the folks out here. The streets are lined with lots of folks out here. Excuse the hat here, but anyhow. Yeah, we have lots of folks out here, and like I said, it's starting to rain pretty hard, and they're going to, this looks like the bus for the torch runners, and it's making its way on up here onto Frankfort Avenue, making the turn. And shortly behind that is typically the torch runner. So our photographer, Dan Robbins, is going to try to get out here in the street and get better pictures for you. Let's move on out here for a second. You can hear the crowd's excitement. This is Cliff Glidesmell. Cliff Glidesmell is carrying the torch. There he is. You can see him running with it. Rain and all. Everybody's out here having a good time.
Eldora, how hard is it raining out there?
I'm sorry, Karen?
How hard is it raining out there?
It's just starting to pour a little bit. But again, like I said, people don't care about the rain. You know, this is a one-time event for a lot of them, and they're going to be out here whether it's raining or whether the sun is out. So Cliff is has just passed it off to another torch runner, and they're going to take it on down to the reservoir.
Okay.
Back to you.
Thanks. Luckily, those flames don't extinguish easily.
Yeah.
You know, really.
They'll hold up with some rain out there, and once again, the rain has started to fall down there on Frankfort. And it looks like the showers will be around for a little while. We'll take a look at the radar here and show you what's going on. The rain that you see over in central and eastern Jefferson County making its way to the northeast, we're going to be running through that over the next little while. They're hearing a little bit of thunder out there too, so we're being very careful with our live coverage out there, because as we send these signals back to you, we have to put the big telescopic antennas up, and those aren't good to be up in lightning, so we're trying to be real careful with that. Right now, though, Kelly's standing by, I think, and the crowd is moving in at Reservoir Drive. Kelly?
Hey, we are watching one of the absolute most special moments so far of this torch run. Peggy Lee has just arrived here. She is waiting for her opportunity to actually run with the torch. In the meantime, she's having no problem staying busy. Peggy got off of the Olympic van to a screaming crowd of 700 children, faces that are very familiar to this former Chenoweth Elementary School teacher. They are showering her in hugs, chanting USA, chanting Peggy, lots of pom-poms in the air. I tell you, this has got to be one of the highlights of her life. Peggy served Chenoweth Elementary School for 29 years as an inspiration to a lot of children, and many who are now adults and still remember how special she is. And now they are waiting for this woman who is battling cancer to get her opportunity to carry the Olympic torch.
Kelly, I'm noticing a lot of tears out there from a lot of people that are friends of Peggy's.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of trouble with our audio this morning in this rainstorm, but as you can see, we're having difficulty hearing you, but I hope you're certainly not having any problem seeing this very special moment in Crescent Hill.
It's a very emotional moment. She's happy, and if we can just they're zooming in on her, you can see the emotion, and she's just ecstatic out there. That's great for her.
Tons of hugs and kisses, plenty to go around, and we are in the middle of a major rainstorm, but no way can it dampen the spirits here. These kids have been here since about 7 o'clock this morning, and they have been waiting for this moment ever since they found out that their teacher would get to carry the torch. The torch is not far away from us now. It is about a block away. We can see the van that drives just in front of the torch. No view quite of the torch yet, but it will be here in just a couple of minutes. Peggy's getting in a few last-minute hugs. The Olympic folks are needing to get her over to her position, and so that they can light the flame and that she can have this historic run.
You know, Peggy's recent bout with cancer has not slowed her down at all in her enthusiasm for life. She actually continues to be an avid tennis player and a biker, scheduling her treatment around school duties. She's been with the district for 29 years. A dream and a goal of Peggy's is to attend the Olympic Games. Her courage through the ordeals of the past 2 years has totally been an inspiration to everyone.
Well, the rain continues to fall as the torch is making its way up there to Peggy so that she can take it and run for a while. And we can actually hear the rain hitting the microphones out there now. So, okay, they're getting ready to make the big exchange. Kelly?
Yeah, the handoff is coming now. You can see the torch runner who is in your screen is ready to hand off to Peggy. We're hoping the van will, yeah, there we go. Hope you could see that. There she goes, Peggy Lee, for her run of a lifetime. 700 children screaming. Let's enjoy this moment with them. Guys, there's a lot of rain out here, but I tell you, I think most people would have to agree there's also a few tears being shed. They're all tears of happiness. People are so happy for Peggy Lee, for her to be able to do this. She's an inspiration, as we've said, and now the children are taking off after her. So many of them want to savor every second of her torch run. This former Chenoweth Elementary School teacher and definite hometown hero.
Well, you can definitely see why it's enthusiastic and it's very emotional. A woman like that fighting the battle of her life with cancer, and then she gets to run in this and is honored to run in this, and really neat as the adrenaline just really kicks in.
What an inspiration she is to those students out there, too, as well as I'm sure the other teachers and the administrators that she's been with over at Chenoweth for so long. And an inspiration to us all. I mean, she's fighting cancer, and yet here's something that, you know, she probably never dreamed would happen. And she's getting the opportunity of a lifetime to carry the torch and the
and all
Olympic
those
flame.
screaming, look at the drenched kids out there.
The rain started to come down so much it's hard to tell sometimes where the tears are and where the raindrops are. Yeah, it's kind of mixing together, but these kids don't mind the rain at all, I'm sure. They're enjoying it, and you can see from Air 3, the rain continues to move in over the reservoir. You're looking at the east end right there. Bob Allen standing by right now, and I think Bob can give us further details as they're approaching him over there, Bob.
Well, you know what? I'm standing here with an umbrella, and Monica Wheatley, our torchbearer, is going to make an exchange. And actually, she came over to share the umbrella to get out of the rain. But while I have her here, I think I'll talk to her.
Okay.
So how do you feel right now? You have to be getting that adrenaline rush.
Actually, all along I haven't been as excited as I probably should have been, but now it is really fun. We've had a great morning just talking to all the other people and finding out what the different kinds of people are that are involved in this. So it's really exciting because of the history and just these wonderful people here. It's a work day and a school day, and everybody's out in the rain.
Isn't that
so
amazing?
This is a great community, and I'm just real proud to be a part of it.
So I probably could remove this umbrella, and you probably don't even feel the rain, do you?
It'll be fine. That's all right.
Tell me why you were nominated.
Okay, they're getting ready to come.
What's going to happen? This motorhome right here is going to...
Well, anyway, she is going to make an exchange, and so she wants to get ready. I guess she's being debriefed as to what's going to happen when she makes that exchange. Monica Wheatley, one of the many people from Kentucky who is a torchbearer, and the rain's still coming down, and as you can see, the procession slowly coming our way. And I was asking you a question before we were anyway. Oh, you're getting wet here.
That's
Why
okay.
were you nominated?
A good friend of mine nominated me. I'm a federal prosecutor, but I volunteer at the Home of the Innocents in Brookline, and I'm dedicating my run today to all the neglected and abused children of the world, and also to my mom who's recovering from cancer.
And that's okay, and we wish your mom the best.
Thanks.
And that's very timely considering they had the big festival in Washington just this past weekend.
That's right, and everybody needs to remember the children. Here we go.
Okay, it's time to go. Okay, and good luck. And there you see Monica Wheatley getting ready to make the exchange, and this will be the second exchange that we are witnessing here on the corner of Reservoir and Brownsboro Road. She is going to take the torch. There she goes. Monica Wheatley, and she is running with the torch now, crossing Brownsboro, heading down Zorn, and she'll do her kilometer. Like I said, probably she doesn't feel any rain right now, even though we are getting a steady downpour, and she will continue on. The procession will continue on down Zorn, on down the hill, down around the corner, and then down the hill towards the water tower. They will turn on River Road and basically head out of town and head out of Jefferson County. So there you have it. That's Monica. She is a very special moment in her life, I'm sure. And as you can see, the folks are here and they're braving the conditions here. And I don't think this rain really matters to most people right here, right now.
Probably it's not. Doesn't look like it's dampening the spirits at all. Why don't you see if you can get a quick interview with Peggy Lee, who just finished her run. In the meantime, in the meantime, Monica Wheatley, every week she feeds, she plays with, and she reads to the children at the Home of the Innocents, and that is the reason that she was nominated.
All of the heroes from our area that were nominated, and she happens to be one. And once again, she's on her way down Zorn Avenue, and she'll be moving up toward River Road, and we'll be taking a look down there in just a few moments as well to see how her run is going. And Monica looked like she had just plenty of energy. She's pumped and ready for this one. So.
That was really neat as the microphone was right there, and you could hear the police officer starting to tell Monica exactly how it was going to work and where
they're briefed on how to do all of this early on this morning, and all of them were on a bus together, and they all went along the route and were kind of dropped off in their places. And of course, they were briefed on what to do and how to make the exchange and how to control the torch. You know, it's got a little valve on the bottom, and you have to get ready for it and all that kind of thing. So they're aware of what they're going to do. And then he was just kind of reminding her, now, here it comes, and here's what you do when they get here.
And you know, all the torch bearers, for I think a fee of about $250, they can keep their torch, and they are not to relight them. Ever.
Right.
Yeah. So kind of interesting.
You know, I heard somebody say earlier too that certainly these torches would be worth thousands of dollars if they were to sell them. But I doubt that anyone that runs with one of these torches will put it up for sale. They'll keep it.
Let's try to go back to Craig Hoffman now, who is in Air 3. Craig?
And good morning, Craig and Karen. Right now, the torch, I believe that's Monica Wheatley, one of our fine federal prosecutors here in Jefferson County in the U.S. District region here. She is about, and she still has the torch, Craig and Karen, right now. She's about to hit Brownsboro Road, I would say in about 5 or 6 seconds. The motorcade and caravan of 40 vehicles plus 100 plus people making their way over to the Holiday Inn at Zorn Avenue. And right there, Monica Wheatley just passed onto Brownsboro Road, and hundreds of people right below us. We're about 1,200 feet up in the air right now, and as it makes its way toward the VA hospital. But it certainly looks like, I would venture to say, about 200-300 people right below us waving. And I tell you, it was very touching. We have a little bitty monitor up here. Very touching to see Peggy Lee. That round of applause and that enthusiasm. Just something to see this high up in Air 3. The rain seems to have calmed down a little bit, Craig Edwards. I don't know where those weather cells are, but our pilot in Air 3 is keeping us pretty steady and away from the rain. So you can see the shots from here. The Olympic torch continuing to move on as it makes its way toward the Holiday Inn on Zorn. And then there it will move by bicycle on up toward Northern Kentucky through Goshen and Sligo and Bedford. Of course, noontime, we're going to be live up in the Bedford area. And we want to say good morning to our folks at Liberty Elementary School in Goshen. The torch will be there, folks. I had a couple days ago had a chance to talk to some of the students, teachers, and principal there, and about 500 people will welcome the bicyclers as they make their way in front of Liberty in Goshen there. So just an exciting time here. Photographer Dale Mader and myself, as you can see, just hundreds of people lining the street here as it makes its way toward Zorn Avenue in front of the water tower there in that area. So let's throw it back now on the ground and just let us know and we can help out, Craig and Karen.
Craig, how far are you away from I-71?
I would say right now the torch, we're probably about half a mile from 71. And you can see a good shot right there. You see it right there. There's the Ohio River, and there's the water tower. So there's a lot of good crowd at the Holiday Inn. That's one of the drop-off spots, collection sites, where they make the toss from torch barriers to the cyclers, and then the bicycles will zip on up north and take it that way towards Cincinnati. But I tell you, this has just been exciting. The weather, for the most part, except for a stretch there along at the water company, is really just tailed off. So Craig Edwards, you did a good job for Pat Day and Churchill Downs.
Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. I appreciate that. You know, that one cell you're talking about has moved off to the east. There was a little bit of thunder mixed in there for a little while, but now it's making its way over into Oldham County. So if it goes on through and the torch comes in afterward, that's not so bad. So maybe it'll get ahead of the torch runners, and the weather may not be much of a factor after that. And it looks like they'll be down there at I-71 in just a matter of minutes on Zorn Avenue.
All right, and we will continue our torch coverage right after this. Stay with us. We're having a Wave 3 News special report on the torch, and that will be an hour-long special running from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to recap and rehash some of the things you've seen over the last couple, 3 days with the torch and how it's progressed through Wave Country. But right now, let's go to Jim Mayer, who is standing by live at Zorn and River Road. Jim?
Well, we are here at Zorn and River Road, and this is where they changed to bicycles, and the bicyclist that will carry the torch is Barry Gary, and your son, his name is?
This is Jake.
Okay, and your name?
Stuart Scoville.
And you'll be the escort for this trip?
Yes.
Okay. How long will you be riding?
Actually, we do 2 legs. I do a 25.9 kilometer segment, and then I'll switch the torch off to Stuart a little later on, and he'll do 13 kilometers.
The weather's not so good. What does that mean for your ride?
Well, basically, just got to be a little more careful. Give yourself a little more distance and try not to brake too hard.
Okay, let's take a look at what you have here. This is a special rig here for carrying the torch. Do you have to worry about it going out possibly in the rain?
Well, strong crosswinds may make it go out, but it's propane fueled, so it's pretty reliable.
You said 25 kilometers, I think. Is that a difficult ride?
No, actually, we both race for a team here in town. It's sponsored over by Clarksville Schwinn, and we're used to doing rides of 60, 70, 80 miles at a time, so it'll be a pretty good ride for us.
Is this your first carrying the torch, or did you do it earlier?
This is our first trip.
How about you?
Yes, first time.
You looking forward to taking part in the Olympic experience?
Oh, yes, very exciting. I saw the torch in '84, and it's interesting now to carry it.
All right, we have Barry Gary and his escort and his son, who is not going on the ride, is he?
No, he's going to stay here, but he's taking it all in pretty well.
All right, we are just moments away, I believe, from the torch appearing here, and this is right at the point where they will go. You can see a large crowd of people gathered. We are just beyond Interstate 71, and the torch, I see off in the distance flashing lights, and some of the lead vehicles are already here at this point. Thankfully, the rain has let off just a little bit. What they will be able to do now on bicycles is make up some time. They're behind probably about 15 or 20 minutes, and on bicycle and on motorcycle they can make up time that they've lost. You can hear some students across the street chanting USA, catching the Olympic spirit.
Let's go up to Air 3 with Craig Hoffman and get his bird's eye view. Craig?
Karen and Jim Mayer on the ground. I would say, Jim, you're about 5 minutes from you right now. Whoever's carrying the torch or walking it, I guess the last of the walking torch bearers want to really savor the moment, if I can say that. They're walking it very slowly. They're about a block and a half, I would say, from the VA Medical Center here. And just watching the crowd and hearing them chanting USA, USA is something else. A lot of students out this morning out here, a lot of families just over in this East Louisville area on Zorn Avenue, and it's just really amazing. We just flew over a moment ago over to the Holiday Inn, and from the air, it certainly seems as if there's some 500, maybe closer to 800 people there. A lot of enthusiasm from Air 3, and you can see the pictures right there. Karen, the caravan is slowly making its way to the Holiday Inn, where, as Jim said, it will be swapping off on bicyclers.
All right, Craig, thank you. We want to show you a map now of the route. There it is. It's just getting ready to cross onto River Road. It's on Zorn, and when it hits River Road, as you can see, it's going to go north there. The line goes up alongside the Ohio River, all the way through Goshen, Bedford, Carrollton, and then on to Cincinnati, where I believe it will spend the night tonight.
It should be in the Bedford area sometime around noon today, and that's what we're planning on doing, is joining them around Bedford. As a matter of fact, we're going to do the midday news live from Bedford this afternoon. We're anticipating some more rain coming in that area as well. So if you're going to be going out around the Bedford area to see the torch come through, bring that umbrella with you. It looks like the showers will be around. Right now on radar, you can see we've got plenty of rain in Oldham County, and that's where that heavier cell is. A few showers still left over in eastern Jefferson County as well. Most of the rain has remained over on the Indiana side. It's been moving to the northeast, and so it's been kind of skirting along the area, so we haven't seen very much rain, at least on this side of the river so far, but it did begin to rain just about the time we started to move in close to the reservoir, and they started to pick up some showers on the torch runners down there, and now it looks like the rain has ended over the area right now where the torch is, and it will move back into some of that rain, I think, as the afternoon progresses.
Is that what we call intermittent showers?
That's sort of it, yeah. Some intermittent showers pass by, and that should be about it for a little while, and then they'll kind of get back into it later on this afternoon as the rain continues to make its way in from Indiana, and we'll see some thunderstorms.
And traditionally it gets a little more rain, I think, around rivers and so forth, so that may be why we're seeing that. Right now. Any chance on any of this could be severe as the day goes on?
There's a possibility later on this afternoon we could see some severe weather in the area, so we'll be keeping a close eye on that here in the Storm Center this afternoon. So we invite you to stay tuned to Wave 3 for the latest details on that, and of course we'll keep an eye on things during the afternoon hours.
All right. We have the hotline number that we want to put up on the screen, and if you would like to get more information on the torch, you can dial 1-800-227-2643. That's 1-800-227-2643. 2643, and remember that Wave 3 is your home for the Summer Olympic Games. Let's go back now to Craig Hoffman, who is live in the sky. Craig? All right, I'm sorry. We are having an audio problem with Craig, but the torch is just about to hit Jim Mayer's location, who is on the corner of Zorn Avenue and River Road. Hi, Jim.
Good afternoon, or good morning, as a matter of fact. It still is. Well, we're having little problems in the air, but we're fine here on the ground. We're here right at the exchange point between foot and bicycle. There's a two-bike team getting ready to go out. They're going to ride about 25 kilometers, rain or no rain. We're talking about intermittent showers here just a little while ago. Thankfully, they're intermittently not showering at this point. They say that if it does rain, that just makes the ride have to be a little bit more careful, but they will go no matter what. A huge crowd of people gathered. This will be pretty much the last location in the Louisville area to get a good look at the torch as it comes through at low speed on foot. It has been on foot since it came across the bridge last night, and honestly, it's been on foot since most of yesterday afternoon. We've got an aerial shot. We have Air 3 back in the air hovering above us, giving us a shot of the torch as it gets closer and closer. I can see the lead vehicles in the caravan, and looks like they are coming, just going under Interstate 71, which is about 300 yards from where I'm standing. Crowd is sort of craning out into the street to get a better look. Police escort now coming through, and the City of Louisville's bicycle patrol is coming through, giving its escort. They will have an escort all the way through the state of Kentucky, even on bicycle. Roughly 20 to 30 vehicles, including a vehicle carrying what's called the mother flame, an especially guarded lantern. So in case it begins to rain or there's strong crosswinds and the torch here goes out, they'll be able to relight it. This is now day 41 of an 84-day journey. They're more than halfway mileage-wise. They started out in Los Angeles. They'll end up in Atlanta July 19th, just in time for the start of the games. And the person carrying the torch is Patty Slope. She will be handing off to the bicyclist, Barry Gary.
You know, Jim, when you were saying that this really is one of the last chances to savor the torch actually running through Jefferson County, because once it hits River Road, it's going to move very quickly because it's all going to be on bicycles.
It will be on bicycle. Here we have the torch exchange. Both torches right now are lit. They've exchanged the flame. We're going to try to get an interview with the torch runner who just came in. Excuse me. I'm Jim Mayer with Wave 3. Can I have your name, please?
Patty Swope.
What did you think just coming off the torch?
Oh, it was very exciting. It was really neat to go down the road, see all the school children waving and holding up signs. It was really neat.
Did you have to run in the rain at all?
Just a little bit, not too badly.
Didn't cause you any trouble?
No, not at all. It's just a light sprinkle.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you can see the torch is heading off now down River Road. It'll be heading for Bedford, Kentucky, where our midday news will be coming to you live. And we'll have reports for you throughout the day. Back now to Karen at the studio.
All right, Jim Mayer reporting live. Thank you very much. And we want to recap for you now where you can see more of the torch on your Wave 3 official Olympic station. Today at midday, which starts at 12 noon, Derek Jones and Julie Nelson and Tom Wills will be in Bedford, Kentucky, where they will do a special report live from there. That will be, the torch should be passing through at the same time they go live.
Hopefully, yeah,
today.
we'll be live from Bedford with the torch coming through. And then later on for this evening, we're going to recap the day's events and give you an idea of what's been going on with the torch all day as it's passed through the Louisville area. We'll have coverage, obviously, on our regular scheduled newscast at 5, 5:30, and 6. And then at 7 o'clock, our special Road of the Gold, which will take place at 7 o'clock, an hour-long special, and we'll recap what's been going on today. It'll be interesting to hear some of the comments of some of the people that, even on our staff, you know, John Belsky had to carry it, and Bob Dominy had it. Jackie Hayes had the torch, so we'll get a chance to get their reactions this
And also
afternoon.
the people, the reporters like Mark Pettinger, who has been following this torch. He was up in Chicago, and you know, had got it, all the way down. So it should be very interesting. We have gone all out on this here at Wave 3 News, and just put every reporter we have available following this torch.
Right, and it's been a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it certainly has. We want to thank you for watching us today, and have a great day. We'll see you again today.
There's something right there in your home or office that could make you sick. Your air ducts. Harmful mold, bacteria, dust mites, and dust and dirt from your ducts cause many serious illnesses. At Steamatic, our patented duct scrubber process assures that you'll breathe cleaner, healthier air. Plus, save money on your energy costs. Call Steamatic at 241-4100 for a free, no-obligation estimate. The first 10 callers receive 3 free areas of carpet cleaned with each air duct cleaning. Call 241-4100 now.
Big Lots presents
Closeout Man. I spy a deal. Help! We made too much! I'll buy it all for peanuts so you'll save lots.
Get a 30-inch golf umbrella for just $3.99.
The closeout price is my kind of price.
Kids love these fantasy flyers, but parents will love the $4.99 price. And these heavy-duty rubber truck bed mats are $45 elsewhere, but they're just $26.99 at Big Lots.
So come and get it.
Wouldn't you feel better knowing you'll never have to clean your gutters again? You've probably already accumulated a lot of these. Get Gutter Topper, the amazing leaf stopper.
In Louisville.
A small piece of Olympic history is made in Kentucky.
Our big story today, the Olympic torch and its trek toward the Summer Games in Atlanta. Good afternoon, I'm Shannon Horing.
And I'm John Bull. But first, we have some potentially nasty weather rolling in. Lainey Pope is in the Super Doppler 32 Weather Center to tell us about it. Lainey?
North over Harrison County and then also Floyd and Clark County. So we'll be keeping our eye on the situation, and I'll have your complete forecast. How much rain can we expect? When will the rain end? All of those questions, I'll have the answers coming up a little bit later. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Lainey. Now our big story, the Olympic torch relay weaves its way through the streets of Louisville and is now on its way to Cincinnati. Our Lisa Godley is in Bedford, Kentucky, where another big ceremony is underway. Good afternoon, Lisa.
Hi, Shannon. Folks here in Bedford, Kentucky aren't letting the weather dampen their Olympic spirit. In fact, they're greeting the flame with as much enthusiasm as Louisville sent it off with this morning. Louisville sent the famous flame on its way in style. The torchbearer on the first leg of the relay, retired Jefferson County school teacher and former Bell Award winner, Alice Lucille Martin.
It's exciting, very, very, very exciting. And they said once in a lifetime, and that's true, once in a lifetime experience. But I felt honored, I felt privileged, I felt regal, I felt good.
All morning, the flame passes from torch to torch as it makes its way down the streets of Louisville, stirring up excitement in the hearts of onlookers.
I want to make sure I see and get the light. It's exciting.
As well as participants.
Feeling great. It's an incredible rush. It really is.
Dwayne Murner hands off to Louisville's own Pat Day.
I'll turn your torch on for you. Step out directly behind that. Okay. We'll get your flame. We'll do your segment. All right. You excited?
Oh. Unbelievable.
All right.
Even Day, who's competed in derby after derby, can't help but be a little nervous.
Somebody on the bus said earlier, how could you be nervous about something like this, given all what I've been through and what I've been had the opportunity to do, and this is something new and different and once in a lifetime, and not too many people get this opportunity.
Day gets the honor of taking the flame onto the track at Churchill Downs.
Pat Day is my favorite jockey. It was like a wonderful experience.
Now, there was one incident as the motorcade was traveling down River Road on its way into Oldham County. A little boy ran into the side of a Georgia State Police car, but he was not seriously injured. We were glad to hear that. Now, the motorcade is on its way here. People are starting to line up, so it must be just a few blocks away. But as Shannon mentioned, once it hits here, it will be on its way to Cincinnati. Back to you.
Very exciting, and I was just thinking that how can you help but be so nervous getting a hold of that torch? Thanks a lot, Lisa. Well, as Lisa just showed us, local heroes are carrying the torch through Kentucky. Kelly Haynes continues our team coverage on the Olympic torch relay. She's now in our newsroom. Kelly.
Shannon, there are touching stories at almost every leg of the torch relay, but maybe none is as heartwarming as the story of Peggy Lee. The 58-year-old retired school teacher is battling ovarian cancer, but that didn't stop her from taking the torch on Reservoir Avenue this morning and living out a dream. A screaming sea of blue and white, 750 Chenoweth Elementary School students, teachers, and parents joined sponsors from Columbia HCA to cheer Peggy on. There are flags and pom-poms, signs of love and encouragement.
Really made her life just
she thought it was ending, and it's kind of brought a beginning to her life again.
Peggy arrives moments before the flame is passed, just enough time to hug her family, friends, and littlest fans.
I can't even express it. I can't even. It's just so wonderful.
Then in an instant, as the rain pours down, she is gone. Her steps in the spotlight, the moment she has been training for and living for months. Peggy Lee makes history carrying the Olympic flame this morning. Now, a wonderful, emotional morning for Peggy Lee and for those who love her. The celebration of Peggy's success will continue tomorrow afternoon at Chenoweth Elementary, where there will be a special ceremony for her. Then her family plans a huge torch relay party for her tomorrow night. And yes, Peggy Lee will go to Atlanta for the Olympic Games this summer. Shannon, back to you.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Kelly.
Concerns for Rick Pitino's safety meant a late start for last night's Olympic torch relay celebration. Louisville police say there was a bomb threat.
Was it some sort of a threat against Mr. Pitino?
Yeah, there was just a concern that was called in. They had to verify, and they found it was without merit, so they continued on with the relay. They asked Mr. Pitino not to come on stage until after the flame was lit, and that was his decision to come on and address the crowd and share his experience with everybody in Louisville.
So that meant thousands of people in downtown Louisville had to wait until after midnight to see the torch passed. Instead of Coach Pitino lighting the cauldron, the job was taken care of by the Georgia State Patrol. The crowd didn't seem to mind. They were just glad the coach was safe.
It's an exciting night for all of us here, and it's special because the Olympics have taken part in our country. Certainly, we're very, very proud of that, but we're equally as proud is that it's passing through what we think is the greatest state in America, Kentucky.
Well, relief efforts for Twister 96 victims have hit a snag. The Salvation Army tells us it's not getting enough donations of non-perishable foods. The 32 For You Help.
This is how they were chosen. They were nominated because of their outstanding community service or the impact that they've made in our town. A selection committee made the final choices. Now, the choice last night to bring the torch to the Belvedere was UK coach Rick Pitino. Thousands of people waited until after midnight to see the flame make its way to Louisville. Now, this should arrive in Carrollton and then arrive in Gallatin County by 3:30. And by 5 this afternoon, the torch should be in Boone County in northern Kentucky. People who live in southern Indiana probably thought they'd never make it into Louisville.
Most of the rain has been from Louisville north, only a small few miles south of the Ohio River today. So some parts of the country, you can see much of Kentucky is having sunshine this morning, but the problem is that big area of rainfall will be coming our way later on this afternoon. We'll check that out in a few minutes, but right now we got rain heavily in Bedford County and Bedford and Trimble County, and light showers back in Louisville. And you can see the rain is pretty much north of Louisville right now, and we'll be ending temporarily, probably with more storms later on this afternoon. We'll talk about that when we get back from full weather in a few minutes.
All right, Tom. Well, you know, at least it's not storming. We're going to look on the bright side. It's raining.
It's a little windy, though.
But it's not storming. We can appreciate that.
It is amazing. I mean, people are here.
Yes.
I think half the town of Bedford must be here or more, and Trimble County, too. It's just jam-packed.
They would not miss it for the world. Julie Nelson is with some of those folks. Right before we go to break, we're going to check with her very briefly. Our partner, Julie, is out there in the crowd.
That's right. We're over here on the road where the caravan, if you want to pan over and take a look there, they are just entering town now. And there's one thing I want to say about these people in Bedford, and we were just welcomed here so warmly when we showed up. They are sopping wet, but they are smiling. They are loving it. We're having a really good time out here, and it looks like in moments now, as you can see, the BMW, the official Olympic cars, turning down the road, heading over to the Coca-Cola Pavilion. But we're standing here just along the road talking with some people who are braving all of this weather. They wouldn't have it any other way. We're going to introduce you now to a very special man. He was also a torch runner. John Bowen, John?
Joe Bowen.
Joe Bowen, yeah. I'm sorry. That's Julie okay. Nelson. And you were saying that this torch run's nothing to you because you walked across the country.
I walked across the United States on stilts for the Muscular Dystrophy Association in 1980. But this was an awesome experience.
Well, compare the two. I mean, this was what, a kilometer run? Is that how far you went?
It was a kilometer, but I did, on the stilt walk, I did 26 miles a day. So that's a marathon a day. 6/10 is not much, but I've gained about 20 pounds since then.
But you had good experience, good training going into this. Yeah. Now, you were saying that last night you were carrying around your torch because you had the option to keep it. Explain how people were reacting to your torch.
Last night in the crowd, they told us that we could keep it and let people touch it, hold it, whatever. It was up to us. And I bet 100, 150 people have had their picture taken with this torch. People just want to touch it, be a part of it. But this is America. This is what this whole thing is all about. We're tired of the nastiness and ugliness, and we love this. And this event is participating people is 180 million Americans. It's absolutely incredible.
That's right, and it's wonderful to have somebody like you who's so willing to let everybody come around and get their pictures taken.
I kind of hold the bottom of it so they don't drop it, but they can touch this or hold it or have their picture taken. A little girl up the street wanted her picture taken with it because she said, someday I'm going to be in the Olympics. I said, take it, get your picture. And Mom and Dad were just overwhelmed, you know.
Stories like that make it memorable for everybody.
Oh, yeah. It's a great experience, and I wouldn't take nothing for this opportunity.
Well, thanks so much for talking with us, Joe, and congratulations to
Thank you very
Wonderful
much.
to have
You
met you
guys
this
are doing a
afternoon.
great job,
Well, thank you. We're having a wonderful time here, Derek, and as I said, the torch is just moments away from making its way into Bedford. We'll check back with you later.
All right, thanks so much for that, Julie. We're going to take a quick commercial break right now. When we get back, the torch comes to Bedford on the road to the gold. Folks, don't go away. Wave Country, we're back a special midday on the road in Bedford, Kentucky. You're looking at a live picture of Main Street, Bedford, Kentucky. We are awaiting the torch. We're told it's in a holding pattern just about 500 feet well down that street. You can't see with that picture, but you can see the preparations being made. The officers in the road, stopping traffic, getting ready to welcome the Olympic torch here in Bedford. We are set up here, getting ready to welcome the torch. I'm Derek Jones. My partner, Julie Nelson, is street side. She, too, is waiting for the torch. Julie, what do you see?
Well, Derek, we are out here on the street. I want to, if we can, get a pan of the other side of the street. The rain's got everybody wet, but it's also made this event a heck of a lot more colorful, and it really hasn't sent anybody home. It is amazing how excited the people here are about the torch coming to town. We just talked with a Georgia State Trooper who said we're about 5 to 10 minutes away from the torch actually coming through town, and he also said, I said, you know, it's 41 days. You've been coming from Georgia. Are you tired yet? And he just looked at me and smiled and said, not tired at all. And once you hang out on the street with some of these people and see how excited they are, it is kind of hard to even think about being worried about being wet or being tired. It's been a great time out here. We're going to run away. We're going to run out and talk to some people, and we'll check back in with you later, talk to some more people from Bedford over here.
All right, Julie Nelson, thank you so much. A busy afternoon for everyone out there, but they're not going anywhere. The rain is falling, but folks here are so excited about the torch coming this way that they are not going to leave their positions to do anything to deter themselves from seeing this torch. They've been waiting here all morning long, and they are definitely excited about the torch coming. It was due here again, as we said, at 11:39, but the rain has sort of slowed things up. I'm sure you were watching our coverage. You saw that once it got out of the populous areas, it got on a cyclist, and the cyclist took it down River Road, and then it got onto a motorcade, and they were all set up to drive it in closer to Bedford, Kentucky. You can see the crowds there, all excited. Little kids, they don't care about a little rain. Heck, we're Kentuckians. We're used to a little rain. We can tough it out, and that they are doing. Back here now, we have the judge of Trimble County, Judge Couch. Yeah. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to have you all here. We're sorry for the rain delay, but that's not within our control, but we're still excited about the torch coming in.
It could be a lot worse.
Yes, it certainly could.
What kind of activities do you have planned for these folks for this lunchtime break?
Well, we're serving the relay team the lunches, and then the Rotary Club is cooking hamburgers and some refreshments on the back street. And most of the entertainment will be, after the torch gets here, we'll have a stage program for approximately 30 minutes while the torch is with us here.
Are you excited?
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
We've worked hard for a long time and look forward to this day.
All right, Judge Couch, it's certainly a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We are glad to be here in your city, too, and thanks for hosting us.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening
You
with
too.
us.
You too, indeed. We are coming back in just a moment. Much more from Bedford, Kentucky. The torch in a holding pattern, but it's on its way, we promise. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. It's a live broadcast of Wave 3 News Midday in Bedford, Kentucky, on the road to the gold as we get set for the Olympic torch to make its way here to Bedford. And it's raining outside, and our man on weather is Tom Wills. He's joining us, too. And, Tom, what do you have to say for yourself?
Honestly, I'm in trouble here. I'm on the wrong side of this tent. I'll tell you, it keeps raining in on me over here. I have no excuses. It's raining. We can't do much about that, but luckily things got okay through most of Louisville before I got out of town. But raining up here in Bedford, folks here just don't seem to mind. Take a look at our satellite view. We can see that most of the rain is in Indiana today, very little across Kentucky, but that'll be changing as we go on. Let's take a look at the radar picture now and see what happens there in that category. Yeah, if we can push it ahead there, push that button twice, somebody. There we go. See, most of the rainfall during the morning has been north of the river, but there are some more showers out in the western part of the state. If they hold together long enough, we can see additional showers in Kentucky this afternoon, but most of the rain has been in Indiana. Take a look at our noontime conditions around the region now. Push that button again twice, and we'll get some noontime temperature at Louisville. Stanford Field, as of noon, was 69 degrees. The relative humidity was 90%, and the winds from the east at 4 miles an hour. So at least not too much wind. The wind's coming down pretty straight out here. The rest of the region today, temperatures looking like this. 80s to our south. That's where it's been clear all day. Hopkinsville at 80 and Bowling Green 81 degrees. Elsewhere, cloudier skies and showers kept things near 70 degrees. A slight risk of severe weather across the Ohio Valley later on today as a cold front comes into the region. So stay tuned to Wave 3 and see if anything does happen on a bigger nature. Should not be probably until this evening or tonight. So the afternoon temperatures, well, again, south of the river, where we're going to see a little sunshine. We'll get into the 80s for a while this afternoon, but 70s across Indiana. We'll stay warm and humid. A chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon as the rains fade away across southern Indiana, and a chance of a new storm late this afternoon. 80 degrees for the afternoon high. Tonight, more storms back in the area, probably late tonight. 68 for the overnight low. And for tomorrow, still a chance of scattered showers and thunder showers around the area. Tomorrow's high, a muggy 82 degrees. And that chance of rain is going to continue through Saturday into Sunday, maybe even into Monday. Going to keep things kind of cool with highs only around 70 or so until we warm up and get more sunshine next week. Health weather indicators for the afternoon, aches and pains are moderate, respiratory stress also moderate, and the pollen count will be high.
All right, Tom, we can handle that.
All right.
We can handle that indeed.
Rain's stopping a little bit, just in time for that torch to get here, looks
Absolutely.
like.
We need to take
Good timing.
Take a quick break here. When we get back from this commercial break, we're going to have it here. Don't go away. A Road to the Goat continues from Bedford, Kentucky. Welcome back to a special Road to the Gold midday in Bedford, Kentucky. You can see the caravan that is hosting the Olympic torch as it makes its way here into Bedford. Julie is street side. We want to go live to her now. Julie, what are you seeing?
That's all right. I know. Yes.
All right.
Hey, we are here.
All
The
right.
torch is coming, and everybody has well-deserved seeing the torch come down the road. The rain is finally letting up, and the spirits have been up the entire time. It is coming down the road. They're trying to clear the path. We're going to step back here a little bit to let it through. Now, a runner from Louisville is a person taking the torch into Bedford, where some activities have been planned this afternoon, and there they come. And let's take a listen to the crowd here. Everybody really excited. They're now rounding the corner, heading over to your side, Derek. I don't know if you can see them yet, but they just rounded the corner.
Yes, we just saw them go past, Julie. They're right up here at the foot of the courthouse. He's making his way to the stage right now. He just went past. He's headed over there towards the stage, and I'm sure you can see by the people movement that he is headed over there. From here, we can just see a lot of scurrying around in the main plaza. In the background, the music of the Olympics. The torch has finally arrived here in Bedford, Kentucky, and the excitement still at a fever pitch here. Folks excited. They've been waiting all day for this, and you can just see the people running around. We are still here in Bedford, Kentucky. We're going to take a quick break and enjoy the moment. Don't go away, and much more from Bedford.
That's right. We've been having such a good time. Nobody even is noticing. I can't stress that enough.
What rain?
Everybody, exactly.
Exactly.
And they weren't even mad at you, Tom. That shows the Olympic spirit that's taking over this town.
The torch goes to Cincinnati, Columbus, Toledo, and on to Cleveland, and it's around the country, folks. A great time from here in Bedford, Kentucky. From Julie, Tom, and I, have a great afternoon. We'll see ya.
Beautiful and deadly. What draws people to this torrent where hundreds have drowned? Watch the next current affair.
Coming up next on Wave 3.
America's values. The president bans deadly assault weapons. Dole Gingrich, vote no. The president passes family leave. Dole Gingrich, vote no. The president stands firm. A balanced budget protects Medicare, disabled children. No again. Now Dole resigns, leaves gridlock he and Gingrich created. The president's plan. Balance the budget, protect Medicare, reform well.